Uh-oh. A white vehicle. All right, so color white's gonna be today. So I'm there waiting. Then turned looking at me, and then started to drive off. That's what they do, to get my attention and to, like I said, let me know what color they're gonna be used today. So don't be surprised if you see a lot of white cars on the road now, more so than usual, right? Particularly at every corner, every intersection, and so forth, right? Uh-oh. Let me tell you, how they hide their face, right? It's hilarious. Let me put my hoodie on. She's looking under her shoes, her sneakers. Oh yeah. Welcome back to a brand new video of the Target Individual Program, Target Individual Experience. New York Predator Department. Again, I got home last night and literally I got home like minutes to 1. That's to tell you, I should have gotten home around 12 o'clock. But like I said, it took me an extra hour because they keep fucking with the bus app, with the transit app, giving me the wrong ETA on when the bus would be arriving. So they do that because, again, like I said, it's to cause micro damage. So when I got home, I took a muscle relaxer. I had to lay down. I usually have a bedtime snack. Didn't even have that. Right? I was, even though I took the muscle relaxer, it took about it takes about 10-15 minutes for it to kick in. And, so when I start feeling better, I just relaxed. Couldn't really go to sleep too also. So I downloaded and installed one of the games I got from Steam on the Steam sale, which was $4. I got Ethan 2 games, and I got myself 2 games. My games were like $7 for both of them. One was $3.99, the other one was $2.99, which is pretty good. Pretty good games, right? That's the one thing I love about PC, right? Is that when it comes to PC gaming, specifically, you have depending on which game stores are having sales. So right now you have the Steam sale, and you can get a lot of older games. The games I got was older games, and so that was pretty good. Like I said, I don't usually buy a lot of games because you get some of the games that I get free from the Epic Store, and there's games that are pretty good game, right? They're games that are free to play, or sometimes they'll give away AAA games. Like there's a few games I got. On Steam doesn't really give you the type of free games that you do get on the Epic Store. The Epic Store kind of have like this thing where it's like the PlayStation store or the Microsoft Xbox, where every month they give you a free game or two. Look, GTP 5332. All right, never seen this vehicle before. But anyhow, so as I was saying, so I downloaded Resident Evil 3, which is the remake, and I was playing it. I think they have in the game it has a built-in system where if you're dying too much, they will recommend that you change the game difficulty. So I was like, okay, what the heck? The whole open thing. See any vehicle coming out? Okay, the vehicle going in. Of course, a white vehicle, right? Look, what did I say? What did I say? See, they try to do it on the sneak tip. I talk about the color white, right? So yeah. But anyhow, the game recommended me to play on the less I stayed on the normal level, but I was dying a lot. You know, plus my reaction time is not as fast, you know, as it used to be. You know, of course, I know that when I usually buy these games, I usually play them on the easiest mode anyway. Particularly, you know, my reaction time is not as fast anymore. But you know, keeps your mind, you know, slightly sharp. Your hand-eye coordination, you know, keeps it, you know, a decent level, I guess. You know, like I was playing the other game I got was Remnant of the Ashes, and that game is difficulty. I reached the first boss, and he is hard. Let me tell you. So I know for some of these YouTubers who play a game as a, you know, to make their content, you know, they do that shit with ease. I'm looking at this shit, I'm like, shit, I can't even do this. So, you know, I get back to it though. But I was like, you know what, let me play Resident Evil for now.
You should have been.
And you know, but it was fine, it was okay. And then I eventually went to bed. We went to fall asleep, and you know, I went to bed around what was it, after 3? Look, not in service. Wow. Now I don't usually see this not in service on the sign of this bus right here, this route, but you know, it happens. But anyway, so like I said, so while I'm playing the game, you know, every time I die, the New York Predators Department using their sirens. Right? Oh, the car horn. Oh shoot. Oh. All right, we got to get on here. Anyway. Talk to you guys in the next video. Doesn't look like it's crowded.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. Are you right?